Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor on the 10.0.5 version. It's the new one that they released recently. And for Farming Simulator 25, and I'm Jewel. This is for the Giants editor. And I'm going to do a tutorial today on how to get the Placeable Toolkit to work. It is not correct. Somehow in their script they didn't put something, or they just didn't do something the way that it needed, and it's not working. It's not calling the i3D for us. And so there's a couple of ways you can do it. I'm going to show you both ways. I will quickly show you that it don't work first, but I'm not trying not to take too long to describe this. But I will get into a little more on how I know what to put in a little bit. But for now, we're going to go ahead and jump on in. Go to shared scripts, map, placeables, placeable toolkit. This is what it looks like. You can see that it's changed. It has a mod folder one, and 10.0.4 changed as well. Mod folder one they added. The 10.0.3 had only map, placeable, config, and creation and validate, not the mod folder. So it works. And if you need to jump over to that one to do a placeable, just open your map in there and do the placeable, get the information, hit save, go back and put it where you want it on your map, and you do your whole thing on your on the newer version of the editor. So you can just get it and do whatever. But I'm going to show you how to fix that so you don't have to do that jumping around. So we're going to go ahead. You're going to leave this, in this case, on the main game. Now yours might say C drive, but it should already say where it should be going. But if it's not, go to your main game directory, which you can see it stops at Farm Sim 25. So we're not going to change that one. We're leaving it like it is. The map placeable config one we're going to change to our folder. Go to documents for mine, where my map is, you go where yours is. My games, double click Farm Sim 25, double click mods, double click my map, double click maps, double click maps US, double click config, double click placeables, click once, and then put it in this file name box, and you click open. It puts it in there, and that means that this will write that information to your Placeables XML when we create it. When we click this one and click open, after we pick our item, it will create that in our Placeables XML for us. Click create, go to your main game, wherever that is. Yours could be on C drive or wherever. Go there. Mine's in D drive, Steam library, double click. Steam apps, double click. Common, double click. Farm Sim 25, double click. Data, double click. Placeables, double click. Map US, double click. Go down to selling points in this case for what we're doing. And I will be showing a video about this on another video to explain me adding this to my map separate video, but we're just doing this for the example here. Selling points, and then selling station vehicles, and then selling station vehicles. So click that, it's XML, and then you click open. Watch what it does. Nothing. It's supposed to write that, and it didn't. It's supposed to write it here and say pre-placed and whatever we picked, and it don't work. So that's the problem. It's not creating the i3D. Look down here. You see this in red? It says error i3D data placeables map US selling points selling station vehicles i3D could not be found, and it says all that again, and could not be loaded. And that's the problem. And so you would imagine, if you looked in their script, that whatever it has to do with that i3D will be your problem. But if you don't know what to put, that does you a lot of good if you don't know what to put. I didn't know what to put exactly. I had some ideas, I had some guesses that I would have tried, but since I found out what to put that actually works, I didn't try none of my other guesses, which I could try later and just see if they were right or if they'd work. But in the meantime, before we fix this one with the mod folder one, I'm going to show you how to get the 10.0.3 one in there, in case some people don't want to do the other thing. That way they can at least get something working. Okay, so we're just going to drag that back down a little, and we can close that. And now we're going to go to wherever your Giants editor is, and this is mine, but I'll come back to it. My 5 is in 10.5 is in 10.0.5 is in my E drive. So go to E drive, go to your Giants editor, wherever it is, or wherever yours is. It could be a different drive. Then go to scripts, double clicking all these, then map, double click, then Placeables, double click, and then here's the toolkit. This is the toolkit that there's an error in. Okay, so we're going to come back to that in just a second. I'm going to leave that there, open a new one just to make it easier. Now go find your old one. Go find your 10.0.3 one if you want to do it that way. Double click for me into D, and then I'll go find it here. Let's see, 10.3. Open it. Go to scripts, double clicking, map, double click, placeables, double click. Click on the toolkit, right click, hit copy, not cut. And then since we left this open over here, 10.0.5 one, we'll click in there, right click, and click paste. It says replace the file in the destination. Now, before you do this, go ahead and make a copy of that. So before you would do that, click on this one, right click, and hit copy. Go put it somewhere, title it what it is, tell it, say it's a backup for Giants Editor 10.0.5 Placeable Toolkit Lua file. That way you got it, you can put it back, okay? Or you could just re-download the Giants Editor, scrap the old one, re-download it, it'll come with it, whatever, however you want to do it. So in this case, I didn't hit copy really, so I just showed you. I'm going to hit paste because it's going to paste in the 10.0.3. So then it's going to say, oh, it already did it twice. What is it doing it twice for? Uh-oh. Okay, let me cancel for a minute. Why is it doing? Are you sure you want to cancel all transfers? Yes. Okay, let me back up and come back and see if it's okay. Paste. Okay, now it's going to do it. Okay, so now we're going to, it's the 10.3 one. All I did was copy it like I showed you. Now click replace the destination, the file in the destination. It's going to replace it. Now when we go back to the map, you'll see when we open it, scripts, shared scripts, map, placeables, placeable toolkit, we don't have the mod folder one. And we only have maps, placeables, config, creation, and validate. So we're going to only work with it and show you that it works. Map, placeables, config, click it, go to your map, my games, Farm Sim 25, mods, didn't go to mods, my map, maps, US, config, placeables, click once. You're only taking this config one to your placeables XML. Pop it into the name right there because it's highlighted it, and now hit open. Now you're going to go to create placeable reference. You're going to go to your main game, Steam library, Steam apps, common, double clicking all these, Farm Sim 25, data, double click, placeables, double click, map US, double click. In this case, okay, because I'm going to get a certain thing, selling points, and then selling station vehicles. So I'm going to grab this one, this XML, then click open. And look what happened. It wrote it. You see the blue highlight? Pre-placed selling station vehicles. See? That one works. That's what the other one should have did, and it didn't. Now, if you close this one, if you X this out, then it's going to ask you want to save it to that Placeables XML. So I'm gonna hit it, but I'm not gonna hit yes. But watch what you should do. You should hit yes. You don't have to if you don't want it to write there, but you should if you want the unique ID to it. You can get it from the clicking on here and looking in user attributes. But in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and show you by hitting X, and it's gonna say, do you want to save it to the config placeables.xml? You would click yes. Okay, I'm clicking no because I don't want to, because I'm fixing to do something else. But you need to click yes if that's the one you're working on and you're trying to get your placeable. So click yes now. Okay? I'm clicking no only to show you something new. I'm not trying to do this right now. I'm going to do it on another video. I'm going to show you this other one on another video. I'm clicking no. You click yes. Now, if you click on this highlighted area and click user attributes, you can see it here and see the unique ID. It gave you a unique ID, and it has a different number than the main game. And then down here it has data, placeables, map, US, selling points. It tells the path to where we just took it to. So that's important. Okay, and remember mine is set up with the $data sign. I haven't changed that. Okay, and I'll explain what that deal is in a minute. Alright, so now we're done, and we could put that wherever we wanted to, which would be here, but I'm not because I'm going to show it on another video. I actually already made a video, but since this Giants Editor that came out after that, I'm probably going to redo the video just because this one came out after I already made it. so I hadn't posted it yet. And we're going to delete this one and show you how to fix the 10.5 version. So we're deleting that. Now we're gonna show you one more time that it's still on the 10.3 version one. See, that's what it looks like. Now we're gonna go change that. Now what you're gonna do, there's several ways you can do it. This is just how I did it. Okay, nobody told me to do it this way. I just did it this way on my own. But I had a commenter say something about some information. See, I had looked up information on this a while back and saw where it just said something about there's a code that could be changed and you could fix it. Well, I didn't really care to do that. I already said that in a previous video about it. I just didn't care about it because I was using the 10.3 version. But everybody wants to see it, so I'm going to do it. A viewer said they saw something somewhere and somebody showed it, and then they didn't understand everything the person explained, but they did see that they supposedly fixed it. So I went ahead and checked it out, and I'm going to show you the name of the person and what they did and how that relates to this. The person's name is this, and I don't want to butcher the name, so you just read it off the screen. And they basically gave this information here that they changed in the they did it through the scripts area, but I did it somewhere else, and it worked. And so I didn't know this information, but I did know it was something to do with some of this, but I didn't know, no command to override it or to, so they did, and that's great. And you can go there to look to see what they did and understand what that. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did with this code and how it fixed mine. And then you can go look at theirs so you can get a little different understanding of what they did. Okay? Now, we'll copy that in just a minute. I need to go put the 10.5 version back in the 10.5 now because that's the 10.3 version. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to just go back to 10.5, click on it, and then I'm going to go to my backup of my 10.5 because if you don't have a backup of your 10.5, then you're not going to be able to do it. So see, here's my backup. I had a backup in the D drive of the 10.5. So this one is the original. That's the one that's broke. This one here. This one over here is the one we just put as the 10.3 one, even though it's 10.5 because it's in the E drive. This is D drive, so I have it in a separate drive. So I'm going to right click and hit copy, and that's going to give us the original one back. I'm going to paste it in here, okay, and replace the file. Now we got our original one back. I guess I'll show you that it changed. So we close this one, reopen it. Just showing you that it did change, so you don't, doubt me. Alright, and if I was to do that again, it wouldn't work like it didn't before because it's the same one. So now we can close that one for a minute, go back to where we were, where the Placeables, the new one is, E drive, Giants Editor 10.0.5 Placeable Toolkit, the one that's original to Giants Editor 10.0.5. I'm going to right click on it. Well, it's highlighted and hit Edit with Notepad++. It says it's been modified, and do I want to reload it? Yes. Okay, they took away the information. You see what they just took it away? But that's where you would go down to. And you see it's got a line 363. It says I3D file name equals utils dot get file name I3D file name self dot settings dot mod folder. Now if you was to look, and I'm not going to go open it, but if you do the same procedure and go open your 10.0.3 Placeables Toolkit Lua, you'll see this. And theirs didn't do that. It didn't say that. It says something different. It says I3D equals editor utils dot get system file name I3D. So if I hadn't put that other code in there and didn't know nothing about it, I would assume and would have tried, it might not have would have worked, but I would have tried to copy this line and either overwrite the other line in the 10.0.5 one and hope that would have fixed it, but I doubt it because it didn't say nothing about the mod folder part. But apparently they did something different here, and that's what the difference is. You can see the difference. This one doesn't say that system thing. It doesn't say it the way that this one does. This one says editor utils. This one says utils.get file name. So I don't know. Now, you need to go above this line. You need to go get that line that I told you that person did, that did a YouTube video, and copy that. Okay. So I just wrote that in Notepad just so I could make it easier. Then I'm gonna come in here and click, and then I'm gonna click to the front because it won't let me click any further. And I'm gonna hit spacebar over till I hit right up to there, backspace 1, and get it right there. Right click and click paste. Make sure it's lined up just like it is. Make sure that this bracket is touching the S, and everything else. Make sure it matches. Okay. The apostrophes touch, the commas touching the L. You know, the I's touching the E of file name. You know, just kind of look at it and make sure everything, the S is touching the U. It just helps you line things up. So make sure you got the right number of things and all the little stuff. So now we're going to hit save. That's all I did. Now they did something different in their video. Okay, so if somehow this only works for a minute and then you have to redo that, I don't know. It took it away, but I had done swap my folder in and out so many times. Maybe that was why. I don't know. You saw it disappear when I came back in. It's hard to say, but when I go back in there, it's going to work. Okay, so. But if you don't want to do it that way, watch their video. They'll show you the other way. You can do it through the scripts file, which I can show you. But first, let's just show it works, and then I'll show you a little about it. Shared scripts, maps, placeables, place toolkit. There it is. Now it's going to work. Leave the top one on your main game one, or put it there if it's not already there. It should already be there, and you don't have to worry if yours don't say D because yours could be somewhere else. Alright, maps, placeables, config, click it. Go to wherever your map is you're working on. My games, FS25, mods, Jules Peaceful Valley maps, maps US, config, placeables, open. It put it in there. Now click create placeable referenced. Go to the main game. Steam library, Steam apps, common, FS25, data, and placeables and map US, and where is it? Selling points, selling station vehicles. I double clicked it. You could have clicked open when I got to the XML, but I double clicked it, so it went ahead and opened it. Okay, I didn't mean to go that fast. That was an accident. So it did the same thing, but it opened it. Pre-placed selling station vehicles. There we go. Now if I X out of this, it's going to ask me, do I want to write that in there? I'm going to say yes. It wrote it, and it tells it to do what it did. Excuse me. And I'm trying to get this up here. Alright, saved it to there. It tells you where. It tells the config file. Click on it. You can click on user attributes. You can see that it has all the information. Okay, it has a new ID number. It's different. And then this one has the data. Dollar data, placeables, and all the path which it needs in this case. And now if you put this in your map, this XML, which I did, mine I would put as maps US or whatever I would have to put for mine, but I'm gonna do that on another video. But in this case, just for the example's sake, it has the dollar data sign, right? So at least it's calling it from that to read that XML. Now, if you was leaving this guy, this little thing, wherever the main game had it, then you wouldn't even have to mess with none of it. If you actually left it where they had it, it just built around it, then you wouldn't have to change this one. But if you move it, if you move that and the gameplay thing up here, where's it at? Vehicle shop. This little trigger thing in there. Let me go show you. If you move that, you're going to have to put your own XML to that one. This pre-placed selling station vehicle one. You're going to have to put your own XML. What is the XML? Selling station vehicles XML. Go copy that XML, put it in your map, link it to it, through your store item area and everything, and then you would have to change that information, which I'm going to show in another video, so stay tuned if you want to understand what I'm talking about. But basically, there it goes, and it works, and there it is. And if I was to put it where I want it, which would have been over here, I could hit Control B, put it over there, and do it. I'm not really going to do it, but it worked. You can see that it worked. There's no reason to put it there now. And I'm not going to go in game because, like I say, that's all I wanted to show was how to get the information, and there it will work. And basically, you would put it wherever you want it, and hit save. And then if you go look at your folder, you could right click on your Placeables folder that you put it in, and it says it wrote it to it, and it just added it down here. See, pre-placed selling station vehicles, and it's got the code there. Now mine's already here, and I'm going to show you all that on another episode so I can show you this extra information. But just for this sake of this video showing that it works, it's there. And it's even got a different number, as you see. Now this one up here is the main game number. 842 is the main game one. This one here is new and different. So, but I'm going to end up deleting this and putting a whole new one in there because I don't want it to be there. Because I'm going to make a new one and put up there and then place it on my map and all that. And I'm going to show all that in another video and explain what I'm trying to talk about with the vehicle shop thing. Okay, so I'm going to delete that since we already showed that it worked on that one. And we'll put another one in there real quick. Let's delete this one since we don't want to keep it for this. In this instance, we could add in another one. Let's go ahead to another one. Scripts, map, placeable toolkit. Now leave it on D to your main farm sim game on the mod folder one. Now I have not tested it on another map on this one. Supposedly if you had another map, you would go put the other map location in this top folder to whatever you were getting it from, and then you would go get your whatever you were putting your config. You put your config placeable XML here, that information here, and then you would do it your main game or wherever the map is you're working from on the create placeable. So if it was somebody else's map, you would have it in both of these places. This one would go all the way to the actual XML. This one I think would only go to the folder it was in. I don't think it would go all the way. But I'm not testing that in this one. We're going to leave it on 25. We're going to put it on the mods folder, documents, my games, FarmSim 25, mods, my maps, US, config, double click, placeables once, open. Alright. Now we're going to click on this one, go to D. We're going to get something else. Steam library, Steam apps, common, FarmSim 25 data, placeables. Let me see. Map US. And we'll get the sawmill. Alright, then click sawmill US XML one. Open. Boom. See, it put the pre-placed information. It popped this guy in here. And if I was to click on this one and go to user attributes, it has the information. Now in the other guy's video or whatever, he had to change something, but I think it was because he had already changed something to do with his data, dollar data, and he had to put it back. But in my case, I didn't change it, so I didn't have to put it back. Now, real quick, let's see. You would put your mod wherever you needed it to be, and you can see that it loaded, and it doesn't say there's any issue with it. Yeah, it loaded it. So I don't see it. See it right here, create placeable, and it said it did it. So if you click validate placeables, you could click that. It just really didn't show much. It just said start validation, placeables finished. Nothing showed up that there's an issue in that regard. If I was to go in game, it should work, should have whatever it needs. But you can see that it did put that unique ID, and it will write it to it. Now, if I click X out, let's just see if it's going to say, do you want to save it? Yes, it did. I'm going to say, sure, go ahead. Now, you can see it wrote this down here, and it said it saved it there. It did it. Now, if I go look, it'll have that in the XML config placeables, Edit with Notepad++, yes, and there it is, Sawmill. See? So it wrote it in there. Now there's some more information you're going to want to get with these different things, but that's your main thing because you're trying to get your unique ID, and that's how to get your Placeables Toolkit to work and have your unique ID with it. Now, if you want to do it, like I said, let me go back. If you want to do it the way that the person did it, I suggest you just go watch the video. But if you're really curious, it's just basically he went under the script area and let me see what he did. He put it in there from the main script area. But I really don't want, I'd rather you just go watch his thing on it because I don't want to go doing all that. You can create a new script and you copy that. Basically it's copying the whole Placeable Toolkit script. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like let's see. I'm just looking at what we got here. Okay. That's good. But that's where he went. So if you go into the scripts area, you can do it. Like, let's just click it and type GGG create. It puts you in here. Go to your Placeable Toolkit. He copied all that information in here. He just highlighted it and copied it. And he left it there, though. He left that one. He went and made a new thing in the user area. So I already made this one new, so you could make it that way. Then you could paste it in here. Just highlight that, get that out of there, paste all that information you just took from the Placeable Toolkit, and then you go change that one line of information that I showed you to do in the Lua file, and then save it, and it should work from there. Now you need to go watch their video to really get a grasp of it, but I just was showing you a different way, or the way I did it. I'm no expert. I didn't even know, like I said, all the details of all the XML code or whatever. I know some. I know quite a bit, but I don't know everything about it. And this person did very well and knows probably quite a bit about it on that side of things, on like just XML work, like code work at least anyway. So it puts this in here. If you was to go in game, see you got all your stuff, you would have what you need. Now you do need a store item, and if you already have it, so it's why it's not giving me an issue. But if you don't have one, you need to get one. I have one in here. Right click, edit with Notepad++, and if I was to look for it, I'd find a Sawmill right there. I just left all the main game stuff in here. So you need to add yours, and if you had added your Sawmill XML to your map area, you need to link this part to your map instead of data. So link it to whatever your path is to your XML folder. But anyway, that's that one. I think that's going to pretty much do it. I don't really want to go in game. I guess we could just to show that that one worked. The Sawmill one at least lights up. Let's save it, and as long as I didn't bury the icon in the dirt, it'll work. We'll go in game. I'll try. It's going to take a second to load. I'm trying not to make the video too long. But we'll go and show it. I don't want to leave the thing if it, show that it worked. But I appreciate the subscriber that said that. I had heard of the person's name before and seen some videos here or there, but not really a lot. And I knew I heard of the script thing. I read it somewhere. I Googled a bunch of stuff like when I was searching. And I read it somewhere in a forum about there's a script, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't care because it was in 10.3 and it just didn't bother me. But if everybody's wanting it and everybody's having so much problems, I figure I'll point y'all to that person at least that wrote that part of the code or put that part of the code in there, and then that'll help somebody. So get to the map, get in the game. Hopefully it'll load quickly. Go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out that other channel like I said, and hopefully that helps you understand how to get that code information the way you need it. And you should be all set to go. No more Placeable Toolkit problems, hopefully. Now I didn't try the other mods, like from another map, a mod map, somebody else's, but you can try that and let me know. You know, I'll try it later. I'm just not going to try everything in one video. I want to keep it short and to the point. But we're getting there. I'm going to be doing, I have a video that I already recorded before the Giants editor came out, the 10.5 one, 10.0.5. And so don't be confused when it comes out and I say, oh, it ain't come out yet, because it has. I just already posted that and it hadn't released yet before it, you know, came out. But now it's out, so just know that there's one video that's going to act like it's not out, but it is out. It's going to be a little confusing. I believe it's a farm putting the big red barn on the map on the main farm. So that video is going to be a little different because it's going to be talking about using the 10.3 version. And then any video from here out should be 10.5, 10.0.5. So we should be all set from there. It's going to take it some time to load up. Some things you can figure out. Like I said, I would have finagled around in that file and seen if I could figure it out. Test a couple things. But if that's the code or if that's some way of bypassing it, then okay. You know, I don't know everything about it, so I usually stumble around and figure it out. You know, I just read everything and search everything, and then I just say, well, what about this? What about that? I just try everything. I throw everything at it, and that's the way I figure things out. So, but this person obviously might have some knowledge in that, like in a different format, like a whole different ball game. That's the video that's coming out with the barn in it. That's going to be confusing because it's talking about 10.3. But let's go ahead to where the thing is. Look, we see the building. Now the icon's not there, but don't panic. That's that extra information I was telling you you're going to need to add. But I'm going to do a sawmill one later on the how to add the sawmill. So just keep watching if you want to see the actual thing where I added in and it shows this and all the stuff. So now we're going to go here and hopefully we got our icons. If not, then yeah, might have buried them. Oh, there's an icon. Look, we didn't bury it. How wonderful. Hit R and look at there. You could buy it, and I can't buy it because I don't have the money. But you could if you wanted to. It's got these, should have that other little trigger somewhere, wherever it's supposed to be. I don't know where the trigger is. Ain't it over here? Here it is. And you could sell wood over here in this case because that's where it would have been. So if I was to sell some wood, I could throw it here. And typically there was another little spot. It's probably buried. Yeah, I think I buried it. I think it was like right here where you would hit the button to sell it. But it worked. You can see the icons are there. It wouldn't have let me. It wouldn't have showed me that I could buy it if it wouldn't. So, and I think if I hit F, let me see. Let me see. It's showing the trigger. See the trigger? That's what I'm trying to show you. See, you can see the triggers there. So it should work. See, it's got that one. And it's got that one. See that one right there? That's a big, massive wood trigger thing. So, there you go. There's the trigger. It goes all the way over there. But that's going to do it. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. And then X out of here. But you can see it put the icon because it had the store item. But it didn't put the picture because I said you had to add that extra, remember? And I'll show that later. And this is the other thing that I was telling you about, but we'll show that. I'm going to show that in a separate video as well. So stay tuned, and we're going to be getting to populating this map. And I appreciate everybody. Let's go ahead and hop out back to the Giants editor, and then we'll call it a video. I hope it made sense. I hope y'all can fix your thing. I hope y'all could understand. And like I said, go watch that video. I'll show you one more time the information. I don't want to butcher the name. There's the name. And I just told to put it on that line. Line 362 in that area. And then this is what they wrote. And it just says I3D file name with the lowercase n. You have to put it right. Don't make no errors in the types of the capital or lowercase. And then the equal sign, space in between each of those on each side. String dot GSUB, and then a bracket, i3D file name, lowercase n, comma, apostrophe, a percent sign, a dollar sign, uh, apostrophe, comma, apostrophe, apostrophe, and a bracket. Whatever that does, it fixes it. And put that in that file, and you save it, and you should be good to go. But anyway, I'm going to call that a video here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.